kids, have you ever wanted to be an incredibly toxic person who verbally abuses everybody around you? Well, now you can! In Life is Strange Before the Storm, developed on Unity for some reason? Yeah, even though all the other games in the series are developed using Unreal Engine, for some reason this one is done in Unity. I don't get that.
Maybe this is the one they were more comfortable with using at the time?
That's the thing, Shiro. Deck 9 used Unreal Engine 4 for True Colors, so even they...
Alright, now, allow me.
But True Colors was much later, so I mean...
Sure. Go on, Jova.
Yeah.
I think one of the best ways to compare this game is... Consider this. This game is to Life is Strange what This game is to Life is Strange what Rise of Arsenal was to Cry of Justice. Now, I won't bore you with the details. All you need to know is that Cry for Justice is one of the most infamous comic book stories printed by DC Comics.
And by the way, I really like this track.
Toby eye tracking?
Yeah, I don't know what... It's apparently something that has involved with computers that have that shit. Anyway, I want to talk about the video settings, because the video settings are interesting. For whatever reason, neither Before the Storm nor even the Before the Storm Remaster have V-Sync settings. Anyone who plays PC games knows that V-Sync settings are important, but for whatever reason, they don't have it here. Anyway, I have the settings on high, and frame rate 60 FPS. However, let's put them on max. So, anti-aliasing, we'll put it on Ella high. Okay, effects quality on hella high and shadow quality on hella high. Again, developers, you can't be in on the joke and be the joke at the same time. That doesn't work.
I mean, to be fair, this is a different team that didn't make the joke in the first place.
I guess.
So
and also, at least they've got the usage right.
Don't you see, Pedro? They're fans, so they're laughing with us.
I guess. Alright, so
anyway,
Before the Storm has 3 episodes, so let's start episode 1. Go ahead, Jova.
Yeah, my analogy. Like Rise of Arsenal, you could consider this game made to be a way that would address the problems with the first Life is Strange game. Now, mind you, this is not... Now, Life is Strange probably did not get initially as much backlash as, say, Cry of Justice did. Well, or Gay for Justice, based off of how you read that font. But no, this was meant to address one of the major issues of the first game. Why the hell is Chloe like this?
And for the record, the game fails miserably to do that, but we'll go into it.
Yes, just like Rise of Arsenal, this game, while probably not as big a fiasco as the original Life is Strange one, is arguably still worse written.
Okay.
He was barely dodging trains.
Like I said, Shiro. Now you get to pretend you're a toxic person who verbally abuses everybody. There you are. There she is.
So here's the deal.
I don't wanna.
So here's the deal. What's a Life is Strange game without the time travel, Pedro?
We'll get into it, Jova. But for now, I want to mention something. Yeah. Already, I have a question. Not necessarily a problem, but a question. Oh, and by the way, Chloe's walking animation is basically this haters gonna hate type of look, as you're about to see. Hold on a moment. It occurs when I'm running in a moment. You'll see. Hold on. I think it's... yeah. See? Her haters gonna hate walk right there.
We need to give her shades.
Okay,
now.
to be fair, yeah, that fits with Chloe's personality, so that's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Here's the first question I have about the game already from the right get-go. Yeah, there you go. See this.
Thank God that wasn't electrified.
You are aware that the sign can feel, right, Chloe? But anyway, yeah, right from the get-go, you'd think this origin story for Chloe, supposedly, would start after William's death, and we see her fall from grace and becoming the flawed, terrible person she is, right? You know, kind of like a Citizen Kane type of thing. No. She's already a punk by the time this story starts.
Right down to the swearing and everything.
So, I don't know. Is this really the best place to start the prequel? I feel like a fall from grace storyline from Chloe's perspective, from William's death up until the point of the first game, would be a better choice for a prequel. But it's your game, guys. Good job.
Technically, they do later give us a chapter that involves Max and Chloe.
Well, yeah, but that chapter is completely
problem
separate
is
from
that-
the story. It's completely disconnected from this one. That's the thing.
Not only that, but that chapter came way later. Like, holy cow.
Okay, so as you can see, this is before Chloe got her blue hair. So you know how Max had her photo collectibles? Chloe's collectible is graffiti. There are various times in the game where you can put in various points of graffiti. You can choose. Okay, so not a meth lab or free candy. Okay, because this is Frank's RV where he sells drugs. So let's put in not a meth lab.
But we swear.
Definitely, absolutely not a meth lab.
Okay, so here's an ironic thing, though. Despite Chloe still being Chloe, I'm not as annoyed with her in this game as I am in the first Life is Strange game. Oh, don't get me wrong, she is still terrible. But ironically enough, with this game, despite the fact that they display her in all her terribleness, it doesn't feel like they're trying to force people to like her as much in this one.
And by the way, Chloe,
Granted,
sorry, go on.
Granted, the honor of who they try to get us to like is not so much placed on Chloe, but a different character per se.
Yeah, and as you okay, I'm not going to read this. I'm just going to recap basically what's in here. Okay, according to Chloe's journal in this game, Chloe has been trying to contact Max for years at this point. She's been constantly writing her letters. It's just that Max apparently has never wrote her back. Now, if you don't remember from the first game, in the first game it's established that neither of them apparently, at least it's okay. They establish in the first game establishes that Max never attempted to contact Chloe, but they never address whether or not Chloe tried to attempt to contact Max. But this prequel implies that no, turns out Chloe has been trying to contact Max. Now this kinda makes Max worse in retrospect because what happened? Why didn't Max write her back? You'd think she would, considering how huge friends they were. But
I'm gonna give Deck 9 credit. Chloe did say that she had been trying to contact Max in the original game, so technically this isn't spitting into the continuity. Although, again, I still do argue that that was a problem with the original Life is Strange as a way to just make Chloe seem somewhat justified in how she treated Max, which, yeah, no, Chloe was still...
there you go. Here's the bit that you were talking about, Joe. Okay, so let's first, even though we're 16, so we can't go in here, but fortunately we have a fake ID. But unfortunately, the bouncer knows his fake IDs, so he won't let us in. So,
Pretty much.
like Jova just said, yeah, how are we going to do Life is Strange without time travel? Simple. Chloe's ability is that she can verbally abuse people.
Stand up to him.
I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding, Shiroi. They made a mechanic of Chloe bad-mouthing people.
You're a little
what?
bitch. Okay, you can go in.
Press square to bit.
There you go. Let me inside now.
put
There you
it
go. You started a back talk challenge. So let's see what it is.
A back talk challenge. Okay, here we go.
All right. Press A, Pedro, please.
any minute.
Thank you.
I have to convince this doorstop that I'm not giving up until he lets me inside.
In back talk, you use arguments and insults to get someone to do what you want.
See, okay, this is why I can't entirely hate this
You
game.
see what
It's like they kind of admitted, yeah, Chloe's crap in this game.
Don't you remember what it's like to be a teenager?
The problem is,
I just want to see.
let's just say Zach Garris doesn't exactly know his witty writing because the insults Chloe has in this game are very tame, as you're about to see. Okay,
Yeah.
so he said, I thought we went over this. Isn't it past your bedtime? So, to success, pay attention to what your opponent says. He said, notice that the game is highlighting the word bedtime. So, do a pick your bedtime, no bedtime, or do me a solid. Let's see. We're going to go with your bedtime.
Isn't it past yours?
Although Pedro does raise a good point. This game kind of has an opposite problem to the original Life is Strange.
Hold on.
Whereas
Real
the
cute.
original Life...
So now we have to pick something. According to the game, we have to pick something that's related to what he says. So he said it said real cute. So I don't do cute. What could it hurt? Or cute is relative. Here you go.
Relative.
Oh, let's see here.
Do I look cute? Or do I look like I'm going to kick your ass?
Okay, kid. I get it. You're tough.
This is a playground. Fine, I'll sneak in. Or I'm not a kid. Sometimes the right choices are more difficult to pick out.
Maybe I am.
He says.
Because this place looks like a damn playground
protect you with that.
Go like me, girls kick ass, or I'm not worried. I'm gonna pick girls kick ass.
Girls kick ass, you idiot.
You see what I mean? Have you ever wanted to be a toxic person? Well, here's your fantasy game.
Again, though, like Pedro mentioned, here's the ironic thing. Whereas the original Life is Strange went all out with just how toxic Chloe could get, ironically, the insults in this game are way, way tamer.
Yeah, that's the problem already. Like, if you want really to sell us on Chloe's, mean personality, you really have to.
An army of robot ninjas and a motherfucking dragon on
Yeah, that's not really something that would really make the guy back off. Not really. Like, I get that the developers probably didn't want. I get that Zach Garris probably didn't want to go like 100% full vulgar because he thought that it would, would disgust people. But I don't know. Like, if you're gonna go, embrace this. Like, go all out. Like,
Also, like, if people want to be toxic, just play GTA. You don't really need this.
Yeah, and GTA is a more fun game anyway. So.
I do get the feeling that maybe they still wanted to show this as a transition for Chloe. Like, she's getting bad, but she's not as bad as she'll become later.
That being said, Shiroi, I really have to, at the very least, laugh at the fact that they made Chloe's horrible personality a gameplay mechanic.
Again, that is part of why I can't hate this game as much as Life is Strange, because, ironically, while they are trying to get you to sympathize with Chloe more, this game is actually more willing to admit that, yeah, Chloe is a terrible person, or at least she's growing to be a terrible person.
That doggo...
Hey, it lets you pet a dog.
That doggo doesn't look great model-wise, but he still looks better than the Lightning Returns doggo.
And hey, look, the dog likes her.
Again, gotta keep the running gag going regarding gaming doggos, so...
You're missing the show.
Okay.
But yeah, okay. Like me and Pedro have discussed, this game is simultaneously better, but also worse than the original Life is Strange game.
Let me put it this way.
It's definitely not as well put together, but it's not as insufferable.
Let me put it this way. Both games are bad, just for different reasons.
And I guess it is about a pick your own
Oh!
poison. in
Hey,
this
look!
case.
It's Frank. Let's talk to him.
Yo, Frank.
Hey.
Chloe?
I know your name, you idiot. You bought pot for me every month for a year. Look at that getup. Studs. You're trying too hard.
I know, right?
What are you even doing here?
I'm here to see Firewalk, man. They rock.
Oh yeah, speaking of...
Yeah, look at those sick moves, yo.
Yeah, speaking of the music, I actually really like that tune that we were hearing in the title screen. Again, but done by Daughter, like we've said. And yeah, I actually do like that tune that plays in the title screen.
So, you come here a lot, or...
I mean, I don't know if Firewalk's music that's playing in the background is performed by Daughter as well, but it sounds
Really
good, too.
glad you approve.
Okay, so, you holding? I could definitely use something to take the edge off.
Of course. As soon as you give me the $175 you owe me.
So yeah, as you can see, Frank's attitude in the first game didn't come out of nowhere. Chloe has been like this with him for a while now. Remember, this takes place 4 years before. So Chloe has been
She
reaching...
owes him 175 now. She's gonna end up owing him like 5,000 in the future.
So basically, by the time Frank showed up in the first game, yeah, it was after 4 years of her owing him, so... Chloe basically brought that upon herself.
Ironically, this is a point in this game's favor for at least helping establish Frank well. Again, like,
Yeah, that's the thing.
is-
Frank, of all the characters from the first game that show up in this game, Frank is the best handled, if you ask me.
Ironic, he was one of the best ones in the original as well.
Free for the take.
What was I trying to say? By the way, here's the fun fact for you, Shiroi. Even though this is a prequel made by, as Ashley Birch put it, fans of the first game, you'd think fans of the first game would pay attention to the detail, but if you go to the Life is Strange wiki page, there's an entire giant page detailing all of the chronological inconsistencies between this game and the original. So,
Oh boy, we going to. So, do you want to read the list like in the finale, or do you want to read it as we get to each inconsistency?
for example, like, the train from the prologue scene in the first episode in Chloe's journal appears to be flipped, making the word Oregon and the numerals 1337 appear back to front. However, oh, sorry. Yeah. And social media. When Chloe looks at her computer and sees the picture of Rachel and herself, she is using the social media nod face D9, a reference to don't nod. However, that's not what she had in the
Oh boy, here we go.
There's a lot of them. I'll maybe talk about them later.
Hey, you okay?
I'm fine.
Relax.
Yeah, this upcoming choice, which we're about to get, doesn't matter.
That's the thing, Jova. Here's the first problem already with this prequel.
Care either.
We have no reason to fear for Chloe because we already know she survives anything that shows up in this thing. Because we also have no reason to fear about Rachel's life because we know Rachel makes it past this game because we know the first game. So, okay, this is why most prequels, like Birth by Sleep or the Star Wars prequels, this is why a lot of prequels usually deal with new characters. And characters from the first installment are usually side characters. So that way we can focus on the new characters who were not in the first game, so that there's actual tension. However, when you make a prequel like this, in which you play as the co-protagonist of the first game, it kind of becomes a problem because you already know how Chloe ends up.
Will I get a better
So there's not that much tension and suspense there.
Floor buffs rotted all to hell, okay? No one goes up there.
fine?
So, Shirai, do you prefer blue hair Chloe or natural hair color Chloe?
I'm pretty indifferent.
Alright.
Let me put it like this, Shuri. The bluer her hair gets, the meaner she gets.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Also, you were literally just warned that the floor up there is rotting, girl. Do you have a death wish?
By the time of this game ends, she becomes Super Saiyan Blue, Chloe.
I was gonna say the only the only trope I can think of in regards to blue hair is you gotta have blue hair.
Again, like I said,
It's not really personality defining though. It's just like a fancy hair color.
Like I said, I do prefer the music of this game over the original games, and I don't know if it was a daughter that did Firewalk's music that's playing here, but again, it sounds cool, so fine. Yeah, I could listen to it for a while, but let's keep the game going. Alright. Okay. Yeah, I did listen for a bit, but I think I'm about to press B in a moment. Yeah, right there. Okay, let's get... And these guys come in, because they're assholes.
You spilled my beer, bitch.
Oh my god, that line read.
Yeah, prepare for this, everybody. Like we've discussed in the first game's commentary, this was during the voice acting strike. As a result, most of the quote-unquote actors in this game had little to no experience. They got just, new, inexperienced people who weren't part of the strike. Including, of course, Rihanna DeVries as Chloe. And, yeah, she's no Ashley Birch, I'll tell you that.
I mean, it's kind of sad that in 2017, because of the voice acting strike, the standards for acting have fallen back to dangerously close to Mega Man X4.
Oh, and trust me, wait till we get to the point where Chloe's supposed to have an angry temper tantrum, and Rihanna can't sell that scene to save her life. Again, nothing against the woman, I'm sure she's a nice person, but her performance in this game is, again, it never feels genuine. You always can tell it's a last-minute replacement every time you hear it.
And here she is.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen, Rachel Amber, in person. So should we attack or run? Nah, I'm gonna run. I feel like if I attack, it will make things worse for me, so...
Rachel?
So there you go, this is how Chloe and Rachel first met.
Well, actually no, because she recognizes
Oh,
Rachel, but
no, this is the first time, Joe, but they're even gonna say it later. It's just that, remember, everybody in Blackwell knows who Rachel is. She's like the super duper popular girl. Everybody knows who she is, so...
See, I've always been confused by that bit because, you know, I mean, honestly, the way she goes and the way she's animated makes it seem like she recognizes Rachel and actually knew her.
I do like the fact that Frank, protected them because they're kids despite everything. So it boils down to Frank's the good character writing of Frank, where he's of course he's technically a bad person, but he does have his moral values.
Well, I knew he just got attacked. Let's party.
Because this is Chloe, and Chloe's all about the punk badassness, Jova. So yeah, and that was the prologue. Now we're gonna start the episode proper.
Right. So, Shiroi, what do you think of the game so far?
Oh, it's probably a bit too early to say, maybe. No.
Bit of an
Yeah,
awkward first impression.
I'll
Pretty much, yeah.
That's all I can say, really.
I'll hold off till episode episode 1. Okay. From what I understand of the episode structure of this game, there aren't as many as in the base game. There's only 3.
No, 3.
But the episodes are longer.
Not really, Lives. In fact, episode 3 is quite short.
Hey, look, guys! It's the pirate hat from the childhood and innocence.
We'll actually talk about that in the farewell episode. So yeah, Deck 9 presents Deck 9 Square Enix. Ah yes, of course. Since it's close, of course she has to smoke a big doobie before anything else.
I do like the music.
Yeah, I do like I find the music. Life is Strange Before the Storm, episode 1, Awake. I don't know why the episode is called Awake, because
Because you're in bed and you're awake.
That's the thing, Dwebs. Her being awake now has nothing to do with what actually happens plot-wise, so I don't really know why they titled the episode that.
Well, you have to be awake for the plot to happen.
That's a very...
I mean, the plot can't very well happen while she's asleep.
That's a very weird way of titling your episodes, but whatever. Anyway.
We're gonna have Breathe episode 2.
Yeah, by this point, Chloe is already incredibly resentful to Max for quote-unquote not reaching out to her. So yeah, basically the game tries to sell you on Chloe's unhappy state of mind by this point, because this is all. By this point, she's 16, which means it's been 3 years since William died. It's been 3 years also since Max left her. So ever since then, Chloe has slowly become the self-destructive asshole that we know from the base game. Again, a Fall from Grace storyline about that would have been a far better idea for a prequel, in my opinion, but whatever.
See, again, while I won't fault this game for following through with it, I never really did buy the idea that Max just supposedly intentionally avoided Chloe the entire time.
Those skeevy assholes. That girl. Was that really Rachel Amber?
There you go, see? That.
Again, honestly, I get that they're gonna later establish that Rachel is like this big, popular girl who everyone knows about.
Well, they already did that in the first game as well, so...
Well, okay. By the first game, that's kind of obvious. She's missing. Of course, she'd be popular at that point.
I have all the DLC outfits included. So a pre-order bonus for those who pre-ordered the game was classic Chloe outfit. There you go.
Thanks, I hate it.
You get to dress Chloe in her outfit from the first game. Well, okay. To be fair, her outfit is fine. I don't really have a problem with the outfit itself.
I joke mainly, but I'd rather not be reminded of Chloe from the first game in any way, shape, or form.
Alright, let's try out the other outfits. See what they look like.
And I'll admit, it is neat that you can customize what she wears throughout the game.
You can do this in True Colors as well. I guess Deck 9 likes this element of customization.
I guess anything to add a little bit of extra spice.
I don't know. Needs something else. Not that shirt, no. Let's try something else. Butterfly. See how this is. It's a butterfly with a skeleton.
Butterfly.
Let's see. I don't know. Like, I like the drawing on it, but the shirt itself is just so plain. I don't know. Something else.
We need something with a little more razzle and
Check out the bonus outfit. We have Illuminati Deluxe, Hot Dog Man Deluxe, which, if you don't know, Hot Dog Man is a fictional cartoon character in the Life is Strange universe. We'll see more of him in Captain Spirit. There you go. I like the jacket, but I don't care for Hot Dog Man. Like, as far as cartoon characters go, he's pretty lame. He's basically like I forgot him, the cat, the cartoon cat from The Simpsons. Itchy and Scratchy, that's it. Okay. Let's go with Punkdo. Punkdo?
Oh boy, Punkdo.
Really interesting name.
Get it? It's the deer. Get it?
No, I don't like those shorts. Those shorts don't really look good on Chloe, if you ask me. Nah, I'm not using this one. Nah. Let's try the Illuminati one. For some reason in this game, they use the Illuminati triangle as a con bait. It's the choice icon. It also shows up in the loading screen. So I guess sure, let's go with the Illuminati shirt.
My preferred outfit is actually the Jane Doe one.
What do you think, Shira? What do you think? What was your favorite outfit of the ones we saw?
Shit. Where's my phone?
Not too fussed on any of them, to be honest.
It's not
Alright.
here.
I guess this one's
How
fine.
drunk was I last
I will do this one because this type of shirt fits Chloe better rather than just have a conventional shirt, you know.
Mom's.
Go on, Jova, yes.
You're gonna at least... Aw, you didn't interact with the Sharky plushie.
Okay.
Oh,
Mom's
yeah.
probably in her room. I can use it to call mine
Alas.
and figure out where the hell I left it.
Now again, while this game, I'd argue, does fail to get you to sympathize with Chloe in the first game, I'll admit there are some somewhat decent moments with her in this game. Again, it's not enough, but kind of cute moments.
Yeah. All right, everybody. In the next part, we meet Joyce and David. See how they are in this prequel. See you then.
See you then.